Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all smashing it. So, quick little update. Obviously this is the Apple CarPlay we fitted to the E91. This is the CCC I drive system, so it's the pre-LCI model. A couple of people have said, how does the system perform? What's it like? That kind of stuff. So I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of the bits and bobs with the actual system. So basically, first of all, a little niggle of mine is every time you start the car, it comes up with the standard iDrive system. So in order to change that, you've got your button in the middle. Excuse the mess, it is a dog bus. Press and hold your menu button for 5 seconds. That'll take you through to your actual Apple CarPlay. Now, with using this, you can actually use your knob in the middle, so you can scroll through quite a few things, scroll across to the side, go through all your settings, all that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, there's quite a nice little one, your trip computer, that brings up your dials, so that gives you your miles per hour and your rev counter. You can actually change the colours of this. You only get the 3 selected. Obviously, with this being a manual, it always shows park, so it doesn't actually show me gears. That's probably going to be different if you've got an automatic. That's quite a nice little feature. Obviously, with this, you can go into your settings. Now, if you go into your settings menu, most of this you use using the touchscreen, because obviously it is a touchscreen. You can actually, once you've installed your Google Play, set up your account, you can download apps and that kind of stuff. Obviously, with this, you've got your standard Navi, which is that one. That's Google Maps, quite useful. We can go back out of this. Now, obviously, I've downloaded Waze, which quite a lot of people use nowadays, so that's pretty good. In order to use this, you need to set your phone up as a hotspot. So you've got your internet streaming on your phone, but it's quite useful. Basically, if you're going to go for a sat nav system, it's probably going to cost you £100, depending on which one you want to go for. This was £200 for the I think it was 250, sorry, for the Apple CarPlay, a reasonably cheap version. Honestly, it works really well, but there are a few little niggles. Also, if you are using your audio side of things, if you want to use your Apple CarPlay, you're gonna have to basically go into your entertainment. You have to make sure your audio aux is working. Now, that does require a lead, which needs to be plugged into your auxiliary in the center console. That'll actually allow you to get audio. So if you want to play your films or anything like that, or you want to stream anything music wise, that's the only way you're going to do it. Also, if you plug in your phone in, you need to basically have a Apple lead. Well, I'm using Apple iPhone, so that lead needs to be plugged into the USB port, which I've all got hidden behind there. I've got a cable coming out the side. If I plug my phone in, that basically screen mirrors your phone, so obviously you can use the live Google Maps. You've already got that on the Apple CarPlay anyway, but it works a little bit more seamless. You can actually use your Spotify, that kind of stuff through it, or whatever apps you've got downloaded on your phone. So it is a really good piece of kit. There's loads of stuff you can do with it. This is only a quick cover. Obviously, that's another set of menu on it, so you can see all the stuff you can download. You can do loads of stuff with it. You can have your YouTube on it. My main niggle with this system is every time you start the car, it's always going to start on your standard iDrive system. That's probably not a major issue for anybody, because you just got to press and hold that button for 5 seconds. Your hands-free kit works on it the same as it would have done with the standard BMW. You've got a couple more options if you're using it through the Apple CarPlay. Obviously with this, I've got the GPS antenna, that's on the dash, so that basically helps if you don't use the hotspot on your phone, so you're using the internet on your phone when you're using the Apple CarPlay. Obviously stuff like that you do need with your Waze and a couple of other the systems you can download on it. I mean, generally speaking, I really got this for the navigation, which is really good. I use the Waze a lot. You've got your Google Maps that comes up. You can use that pretty much like you would normally do on your phone. It's all touchscreen, so you can do this. I mean, there's loads of stuff you can do. I'm not going to go into the full details on it. The only issue I have with this is basically pairing your, well, I wouldn't say pairing your phone, is having to select the press and hold the button for 5 seconds every time you start the car, just to get onto the Apple CarPlay. There's a few issues I've had with connection, that's mainly with the hotspot, that kind of stuff. It takes a short while for it to connect with the Waze, you know, so you get all the proper traffic, live information, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, generally speaking, it is a good piece of kit. It's a nice wide screen, and you can actually put a SIM card in this. So if you wanted to do that, have a separate SIM card with data, you wouldn't need to pair your phone the same, because you'd have all your data and everything coming straight through on the screen. I hope that kind of gives you a bit of an insight into the Apple CarPlay. I personally, and it's something that I'm looking into, wanted to upgrade this to the CCC system, because you get the Bluetooth streaming, so you don't necessarily have to connect your phone on a hard line like you do with the iPhones. With this one, you don't really have to use your auxiliary port in the center, but it works out a lot more expensive. So it really depends on, I suppose, budget, and what you actually want out the system. I mean, if I connect my iPhone through to this, it comes straight up with the screen that you see on your iPhone. You haven't got all the options that you normally do, but it gives you all the options you're going to want to use, i.e. your Spotify, your Google Maps, a couple of other things. One thing I do use on this quite a lot, because it's similar to the F series, is your trip computer with the dials. I think that's quite a nice little function. There's loads of other stuff you can do on this. I mean, you can actually set up all your steering wheel controls to do lots of different functions, you know, like quick functions, all that kind of stuff. But it just depends on what you want. Now obviously with this one, I've put the camera in, the reverse camera, which is quite nice. If I go into reverse now, you'll see the garage door. Now with that as well, because it'll actually give you the steering. So if I turn the steering wheel, it'll tell you where you're going into a car parking space. You've still got the parking sensors, so that works really well on it. You can actually put a front camera on it if you want. I'm trying to think. Now obviously with it, you've got all your audio settings, so you have actually got your I've got no audio files, because you can actually connect to USB and play audio off USB. You have got a graphic equalizer with the Apple CarPlay. I mean, there is absolutely loads of stuff you can do with it. It is a really good upgrade for the car, but it depends on, I suppose, what you want to use the car for. I mean, general driving, I pretty much use the trip computer, so I pretty much use those dials. I don't use the auxiliary port, I use the standard radio on the car. It's nice to have the reverse camera and everything come up on it. Obviously I've had to wire all that in, and that's pretty much about it with it. I mean, there is loads of stuff you can do with it. This is only a brief what I like and what I don't like about it. So I hope you've liked this little video. I've mainly done it for a couple of people that have asked for this type of video, whether it's worth buying it, whether it's not. For me, for 250 quid, I think it is a worthwhile upgrade. It is a little bit, I wouldn't say, I'd say probably not seamless. I'd say you've got to hold the buttons down, all that kind of stuff, but it really depends on what you want and what you want out the car. Yeah, I hope you like this video. If there's any other information you want, let me know. I'll try and go through it properly. Yeah, as always, we always ask you to like and subscribe. It helps us out massively with the channel. If you're not going to subscribe, at least hit that like button. Give me a comment, whether it's a positive comment, a negative comment. I can always do some more stuff on this. But yeah, hope you like the video, and we'll definitely be catching you in the next video. See you later.